Hello, everybody. So I put on my finest clothes and fixed my hair for this video. As you can see, it is so unlike me to make a video or do something like this, but I really wanted to document this because I'm really excited about this product, I guess you can call it. And if you hear little Elsa in the next room, she's in her swing and she may or may not disrupt this process. So, take one. So for my baby shower, I registered for this product, this La Petite cream. As you can see, it is organic, certified USDA organic. It does say that on the back. And I saw all these ads about it on Instagram, and I was like, oh, that looks really cool, and I'm a first-time mom, and I want to try this. And you know, it was pretty expensive for this little 8-ounce bottle and this little 1-ounce tub. It was $35, almost $40. And so I thought, oh, that's cool, I'll use it, and then, you know, I'll never buy it again. But I've been using it, and I love it. I've started using it, and I noticed just a difference. Not a difference because she didn't have any issues, but I just love how clean her skin is with this. And so I'll kind of go over making it, why I'm making it, the ingredients, the history that I've been able to find. But the ingredients in this bottle and this bottle are pretty much the same. The only difference is this one uses glycerin and this one uses water. So the ingredients are olive oil, beeswax, glycerin, vitamin E, and limestone in this one. And then in this one, it is olive oil, water instead of the glycerin, beeswax, vitamin E, and limestone. However, when I did my research on the lotion, if you see up here in the corner, it says original French recipe. I don't know if you can see that or not. But I started looking it up because they say with the advertisement, French moms don't use baby wipes. And I'm like, well, what do they use? How do you not use a baby wipe? Well, clearly you have to use something to apply it. That's where these come in. We'll go over that later. But I started using it, and like I said, just really impressed with it. I'm going to move this to the side just for a minute. And so I started looking it up, and there's almost no information on it. I found a couple websites, and one was a French mom living in New Jersey that was going over, and I found one YouTube video, and it was a lady with a French accent talking about liniment. Liniment is what she was saying, Liniment, which is basically just a compound mixture. I'm keeping an eye on the dog and the baby. They're so cute. You should see them. So liniment is basically just a compound mixture that you use to apply something to your skin. Kind of like a tincture. You can make a tincture out of anything. You can make a liniment out of anything. And this particular one has been used for centuries, apparently, in Europe, specifically France, to clean babies' bottoms. And what's cool about it is it has like an oily, waxy residue. Not residue because it doesn't you know, leave a film on your skin or anything like that that's greasy or dirty. But basically it creates a barrier between the baby's skin and the diaper, and it prevents diaper rash, which again, she's never had. So, you know, maybe if I ever in the future run into that as an issue, I can speak more about this product being helpful with that. But for now, the last almost 6 weeks, I've been using it for Elsa, and I love it. When she takes a poop, I clean it off with that, and then the next poop or the next pee, it just comes right off. Nothing's ever stuck to her bum. I don't have to, you know, brush or wipe vigorously to get anything off. It just comes right off. And then also it creates a barrier, so the acidity of her urine or, you know, her poop, it's not sticking to her skin. It's basically just there, wipe it off, and we're done. And her skin is so soft and it's so baby smooth. It doesn't have any redness or rash or any type of bumps. And so I thought, I'm gonna make that stuff because this lady on YouTube is doing it with her French accent, and this lady from New Jersey that grew up in Europe is doing it. I think I have a delivery. Hang on, guys. Just kidding, the neighbors are having some dirt delivered. Anyway, so I thought, man, if this is like some secret that people in Europe are using, and of course, you know, they do it better. We're just here to be glutton fools. Just kidding. I'll edit that part out. Anyway, so this is what I'm making. However, one thing I want to say is when I found the recipe online, the only thing that they used was a 50-50 mixture of limestone, lime water, and olive oil. So I think that this is kind of like some hoity-toity version where and before I did a lot of research, I bought all the ingredients. So I did a little bit of research and I bought some beeswax. These are just little pellets. The reason I bought them in this form is because I just felt like they were easiest to work with from what I read. And I was following this beekeeper guy, his website, and he really recommended these as far as quality, authenticity. You're stepping on my foot, Boondog. And that's why I went with these, because you can get a lot of product that's just like paraffin wax type things and claim to be beeswax. So I really, I went with this product for that. So I did get some beeswax. So I'm going to experiment. I'm going to make it the traditional French way with the lime water, which is, again, you can buy it at Walmart. I bought this, again, little fancy brand. It's a food grade calcium hydroxide. That is what you want to look for, calcium hydroxide. And that's how you make the lime water, the limestone. Set that aside. But basically, and you can find this apparently at Walmart. I don't shop at Walmart, but I read online that you can find it in the food aisle, and it's called lime water, pickling lime water. So it's food grade. You use it for all types of different foods. I did read about it. My comprehension of even basic chemistry now has gone out the window, where it once was. But I bought this off of Amazon just because we're all in lockdown here in quarantine for coronavirus. So I think it was $7, and it's 50 grams, 2 ounces. Someone told me you can get a whole pound for $8, so I'm pretty sure I got ripped off, but I wanted the best one that there was. This is 50 grams, and I used 2 grams. So you'll see back here, I've kind of been mixing my lime waters. It's a known skin irritant until it goes through the sponification process with the olive oil. And then once you blend it, it's totally neutralized. But when you're working with it, you want to be very careful when it's in its basic form. So back here, I mixed it, and I'll go over that later. Well, maybe in another video, because right now I just want to mix the diaper ointment. And you'll see this is pretty much the consistency of the other one. It's just like a yellow cream. Again, only one ingredient variation. So we have this bottle. You just shake it because it does have like a little bit of oil that comes to the top. And I think it's going to probably be the same color. So I did buy the vegetable glycerin. I'm part of the Frontier Co-op, so I just purchased that. And then some jojoba oil is one of my favorite skincare oils. And of course we have the beeswax, and yeah. So I didn't get any vitamin E. Again, I think that this is just some commercialized product version of the original that they say French grandmas used to use. So if the French grandmothers did it this way, I'm going to do it this way. But I'm also going to experiment, and I will test it on my skin and sensitive areas of my body before I put it on my daughter. But I'm pretty sure it's safe because I have been using it this whole time. So we're going to take an empty jar, and I'm going to turn my scale on, and I have this glass jar that has my lime water in it. And so I'm going to do, based on the recipe I found, 100 grams. So I'm going to change the units on this scale to grams. Ooh, that's 112. So I'm going to take a little bit out. The lady that made this on the YouTube video, she said if anything, you want a little bit more oil than lime water. So that was 103. I'm going to go ahead and pour a little bit more out. Okay, now we're at 94 grams. 99. 100 exactly. So now, can't mess this up, we go through olive oil like crazy in this house. So we buy one of these at Costco. I can't tell you how often, very often. So this is just a brand new bottle of olive oil. I'm going to take the seal out, and then I'm going to pour 100 grams of olive oil in the jar as well. $165, $180, $97, $90, $200, $201. So that is actually a little bit more olive oil. Perfect. So we have 201 grams. And then what we're going to take, the easiest way to do this is with an immersion blender. And I've been using this one for food. This is the first time I'm going to use it for this. So I'll probably just designate it as my mixer one, because I make like liquid soap sometimes. So I'll just use it for that. And they're really not expensive. I think I got this one at Costco for $14 or $15. They have them at Lidl every once in a while too. So now that we have our measurements, I'm going to take the jar. I'm going to put the immersion blender in it. I think you have to hold them both down at the same time to start. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put some safety goggles on just because. Be a good idea. And we're finished blending, I think. I mean, it looks pretty well blended to me. Let's maybe go just a couple more seconds. All right, so just gonna lay this right here on a paper towel. And as you can see, it is mixed quite well. smells like olive oil. One lady said that she likes to add a couple drops of essential oil to it. And I think that's probably why they add the glycerin, maybe for a little bit of texture, and the beeswax also. I think the beeswax to make it even more of a barrier between the ointment and the baby's skin. But very similar color, as you can see. So, and smells very similar. Again, they use glycerin, which I have, and they use beeswax, which I have. And they also use vitamin E oil. I do like vitamin E oil. It's very expensive and hard to find pure vitamin E oil. I would never order it off the line because I wouldn't trust that that's exactly what was in it and all that was in it. So I prefer jojoba oil, and I do buy organic versions of both of those. So I think instead of vitamin E oil, I'm going to put jojoba oil, and I'm just gonna put this on my skin to see. I also read that women use this as a makeup remover, as a skin moisturizer. You can also put it on the baby for cradle cap. Before they get in the bath, you just apply it and then rinse it off in the bathtub. So I'm just going to put it on my skin just to test it and see if I get any burns or reactions. I'm also going to put it like on my inner thigh too, just to see a more sensitive area. I think it's pretty sensitive right there. I actually like the smell of it. So yeah, there you have it. Very inexpensive. The beeswax, I think, for this whole bag was $9. Again, we always buy the olive oil at Costco. This was $7 for the hydrated lime. I used 2 grams to mix it, and it's a 50-gram bag, so that's what, 25 batches. The olive oil, again, all of this stuff super affordable, and I just made this for probably pennies on the dollar of what this super fancy version cost, that I will definitely never be buying again. Although I've loved it, that's why I wanted to make it myself. So now there you have it. I've made my own diaper liniment, as the French call it. And Elsa is very happy with it. Her bum is super smooth, and I look terrible. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to experiment using the jojoba, the glycerin, and the beeswax to see if I can get, oh crap, fell in the crack, to see if I can get a different type of product. Maybe something a little thicker, or just depends, but I love this stuff. Can't wait to put it on her bum.